My name is Ellen McCauley, and I'm at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York on Thursday, July 31st. And you know what? There's no place I'd rather be right now than here at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. I am so grateful to be here, and so grateful to be able to talk about gratitude and grace. And you know, it's funny, I'm going to get into this topic a little bit more because gratitude can be a very powerful weight loss tool. And let's just talk about it a little bit more. This author, Ardith Rodell, likes to think that gratitude and grace are like her two hands working together. Grace is the power, beauty, and love of God that is always around, always. And gratitude gives us the eyes to see it. Just think about that definition of grace. The power, beauty, and love of God that is always around. Not just sometimes around, always. Native Americans teach their children to wake up each day and be thankful. When they had the buffalo, they used every part of that buffalo, and they gave thanks to the animals before they were killed, to gratefulness for the food and the hides and the tanning. They had great respect for the nature and the beauty of this earth. And Elaine Hibbard writes that gratitude is one of the great positive emotions because it creates magnetism. When you are grateful, did you ever see grateful, miserable people? No, they're grateful, happy people. You're grateful. Even when you have a terrible loss of someone that you love so much, aren't you grateful for the life they lived and the gifts they gave you and then the beauty in their lives? Their life was meaningful. There's gratitude there. Helen Keller talked about her last week, one of my heroes. She says, I thank God for my handicaps, for through them I found myself, my work, and my God. She was grateful that she was blind and deaf. And I remember one of my also favorite movies is called The Robe. Anyone ever watch The Robe? And one of the scenes, I think it's Demetrius, I'm not quite sure what his name is, he gets the robe and he goes to this small town and there's this woman who's beautifully playing like a guitar and singing, and she's talking about the beauty and love of Christ, about how she was bitter and angry because she had an accident, she could no longer walk. And so he goes, so Christ healed you, now you can walk? And she goes, no, I'm grateful and happy. I know I can't walk, but I'm no longer bitter. I'm no longer angry. I've accepted this as a gift from God. And I remember that hit me very powerfully. Sometimes we think that God's gifts have to be like Helen Keller can now see and can now hear. But wasn't it a greater gift that she was able to be so powerful even with those handicaps? Along life's journey, it's never smooth, but we learn these lessons, we're stronger in character, we're just plain stronger. And it talks about being grateful. You know, I really tried it this morning. I got up and I was kind of tired. You know, like, ooh, you know, it's Pray It Off day, I gotta keep my energy up. And I said, you know what, instead of thinking about being tired and a little weak, I'm going to think about what I'm grateful for. And I started with the coffee. I don't know about you, but there's days when I'm so grateful for that coffee. I was grateful for that. And I was grateful for my house and having power and hot water and taking a shower and my toothpaste. I was doing everything. Grateful for the toothpaste. Yeah, when's the last time you were grateful for toothpaste? Come on. I'm pretty grateful we're not using baking soda and doing those kinds of things. I'm grateful for the toothpaste. I went through the entire day, and I had a very difficult moment with someone today who was a patient or a resident and very upset and confused. And instead of being upset that situation occurred, I asked God to help me, and it turned out extremely well, and I was very grateful for that situation. The breeze of grace is always blowing on you. You have to open the sails and your boat will move forward. God's grace is the oil that fills the lamp of love. We need to see all our experiences in life as blessings. And that's hard when the experiences are very, very tough ones. And then the next article by Beth Donovan talks about that. Could gratitude be the key to weight loss? Many of us, food is our drug. And we sometimes act like addicts, that we want to eat more. I love that analogy that our teeth are the pearly gates. I was very fortunate tonight that one of our members, where is she now? Her daughter came in and I met her. She's down in, what city does your daughter live in?
She's in South Carolina.
South Carolina, and she's lost Beth's sister. She lost a lot of weight through Weight Watchers over the years, and she watches my blog, and she was so sweet and nice, and she goes, I love your blogs. I watch them, and I think, she's so honest. Like, one of the things I always think of is when that time you said, if you don't have a snack at night, you will not die. You won't die. She goes, I say that to myself all the time. I'm at the cookie jar thinking, do I want cookies? Wait a minute, if I don't have these cookies, I will not die. You know, that's it. We are addicts and we want the cookie. We think about the cookie, but if we don't eat it, we will not die. We're not on a deserted island having not eaten for 40 days and there's the cookie. We have our food. Happiness isn't getting what you want. It's wanting what you've got. When I thought about all the scenarios that could have happened to me last Friday, how grateful am I? You know, no cancer, no chemotherapy, no long-term prognosis. I can concentrate on going forward. I am so grateful. And one of my favorite songs is the Rolling Stones song. You can't always get what you want. But if you try what, you want me to sing it? Okay. You can't, everybody, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. Sing that song to yourself. You might not always get what you want, but do you get what you need? Bob told me not to get too excited when I still have I have to get my stitches and things removed tomorrow. All right, but he didn't tell me I couldn't sing a Rolling Stones song. Okay, I think if we were grateful for the blessings we do have in our lives, we would be more fulfilled and less hungry. Let's think about that word, fulfilled. Filled. Filled is the operative part of that word. If we're sitting there going, I need ice cream, and we're thinking, wait a minute, do I really need it? What do I have to be grateful for? And start thinking about the toothpaste, because I'm very grateful for that. Also, instead of feeding ourselves in times of boredom or in a fit of boredom, I want more. Give something to someone else. Give somebody a dresser in your closet or a pair of shoes. You know, every day you come here, every Thursday you come here and you see bags. People donate to the food pantry. Someone gives you a package of cookies. Guess what? You can put them in a Wegmans bag, giving you a little plug, Wegmans, or a Price Chopper bag, whatever, and bring it here and drop it off for the poor. Make yourself feel better by doing that. It says you have a friend going through a hard time, do a little present or a card. I can't tell you what the cards mean to me. I like giving cards, but I like to get them too. It's nice. A good deed has less calories than a snack because there's no calories in a good deed. Live in the moment, enjoy, and be grateful. Don't fret about the cake that's going to be at the party Saturday night. Say to yourself, you know what? I'll have something less for breakfast and lunch, and I will eat a piece of cake. You have my blessing on that. Plus, we paid $85 for that cake, so you better have a piece of it. Gratitude has led to a cause for this person here. It's contagious. I can't tell you the times at work when I'm positive and I'm nice and I'm grateful. There's people, I come in, like I get there around 6:55. I got to be there at 7:30, so I don't want to be late. And I get there and the people from the third shift are coming off duty. And you know, anyone ever work third shift, 11 to 7? That's a tough shift. And they're coming out and I'm like, thank you. Thank you for working last night. Boy, we're really lucky we have you. And they're like, oh, oh, sure, you know. They kind of dismiss it like, yeah, whatever. But I notice they seem a little happier when they walk by. All we want is someone to be grateful for us. I'm going to stop right there, Bobby.